The lesson what I learned from this world be say this world no dey the way you make am. This world na vanity, na the world as you see am na im be. This talk na this thing why I say na our great Nollywood actress Victoria Nyama na im talk so.
From my first son, I can keep it for my second. So,
do you regret that now?
You know what? I don't regret it because I have 3 beautiful children.
Yeah.
I couldn't have.
Yeah.
I don't. And I always remember that you can't get diamonds in a shop. You have to dig, you have to go through fire and everything. So my kids are like, everything that I went through in the marriage, my kids are like my diamonds.
So if you hadn't been physically removed by the police, you would have
I wouldn't
stayed
have,
in the marriage?
yes, I would have stayed. And honestly, I don't know, because I think he was getting to that stage. Just before we were removed, I did something. You know the full moon. Obviously, I told you I grew up in the village and I believe in all those things.
Yeah.
So I think I had just had it up to I just went out and I looked up and I said, God, if you don't do something about this marriage, I don't know how you're going to do it. It's none of my business. If I don't live alive, one person will live dead. And I just said it because I'm always thinking, if this guy hits me and I hit my head somewhere and I collapse, because I was never a fighter. I would never fight back. And not that, I just didn't think it was the right thing to do. You see, let me tell you something. Parents, don't raise your children with the same rubbish, discipline or words. Let the children, choose their paths. Guide them, but leave them.
Guide them, but leave them.
Guide them, but leave them, because who I have turned out to be, and no matter, I have tried to change it. At least I'm doing psychology. I'm trying. There's certain things that has been instilled in me, like loving, seeing the good in everybody. Everybody is not good. We have some very mean people on earth. But my grandmother would be like, forget the mean side. There must be something good about the person. Focus on that one, and that is what will escalate and become. Is not true.
It's not true.
It's not true. Because somebody can be so mean, and while you're looking for that good thing in the person is seeing you as an idiot. That you are a fool and everything. Meanwhile, you are still praying and seeing the person. Because I remember in my marriage, my pastors would always tell me, pray about his temper. He has a hot temper. There's nothing. Keep praying for him.
Yeah.
And you too, if you know that he's going to get upset, they move. And I tell them, okay, he comes home, maybe he loses a case in court, and he comes home angry. And for no reason, he could just say, oh, why is that thing there? Or why is the TV like this? Or I told my pastor one day that this guy beat me because a certain football team lost to, his football team lost to another, and that was it. He went and punched the TV, and as he punched the TV, I just said something like, what are we going to be watching? And he turned on me like, is it your father's TV? Or your mother? Did your father bring any television to this house? And as me, the more I was retreating, that is, I took the pain. And that's why that's football team, I hate them.
Which football team is that?
Man U. I hate Man U because the number of beatings when they don't beat me because Man U lose match. Now, even up till today, when there's a football match and Man U loses, I'm like, hi God, thank God. Today would have been that is a beating day. Even my son knows, and my son will be laughing. We'll just laugh about it like, hey, if not, the beating we will collect today.
So did you,
You
find
know.
the eventual courage to even start speaking out about it? Since the conditioning took a long time to wear off, how did you find...
I think I needed to heal because the abuse didn't stop. It still continued in a different way, you know. And he felt, because he would always tell me, oh, you're the one who is the actress. You're the one who people know. Nobody knows me. So if you go telling people your business, they're just going to hate you. And, you know, to be honest, nobody really cares. And for a long time, I just had to go around with nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares. Because obviously this country is new, it's different, you know. But after a while, I'm like, I think it was during that COVID period where we were all at home now. Okay, now boredom sets in. And he still continued to do things. And I'm like, this guy, are you okay? So one day, I think I went on someone's live and I mentioned it. And then after the live, the person said, Victoria, you can actually talk about this, you know.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, really? So that was it. And I started talking. And as I was talking, I was kind of feeling relieved.
Yeah.
I was kind of getting some healing.
Yeah.
But the more I talked, the more he intensified the, oh my God, the abuse. It was, you know, I would just think to myself, like, we're not living together. And so as he intensified it, I think that 2019, I had to go to court to get, you know, full custody of the kids because he was just using the children, you know. And I did until recently when things changed a bit. But, you know, when everything is fine, I'm going to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The thing is, what I want people to get from today is, you know, don't condition your children with certain conditionings that our parents used on us. Life has changed. Life has so changed. Living an abuser does not mean the abuse is going to stop. It will just take different turns, especially when there are children involved. Life is easier if you be your authentic self. You know, stop pretending. Be genuine, be yourself, you know, live in gratitude, be kind to one another, be human, bring that humanness back, you know, of when someone is going through a difficult period. If you know you can't support, then don't press it, don't rub it in. If you know you can't support, then you walk away and let someone else help. I believe in God Almighty. I believe in the universe. I also believe in my forefathers. I believe in my ancestors. I still communicate with them. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I always feel my grandmother's presence, my father, my brother. These are people very, very close to me. Sometimes it could be so weird. I could say, okay, Papa, show me a sign that you're here. Maybe a feather or something. There's something just happened and I could just see a feather from somewhere. And I'm thinking, where's the bird? Wow. Yes. There was even one instance where the girl was telling me what to cook. I should not be cooking meat. I should be cooking with fish. Fish is more healthy. And I was just looking at this girl, and they were, in quote, working together. And she would always come to say, oh, this is not right, you shouldn't do this, you know. Obviously, I came from Nigeria now, you know. So, this is not right, you shouldn't do this now. This is not how they do things here. This is not how they do things here. And then I'll be looking at my ex to, like, intervene, and he'll be like, yeah, she's right. You shouldn't be doing that like that. You should be... I'm like, he? But... unfortunately, my grandmother would say, listen, your husband would not misguide you. Your husband would defend you. Everything she told me, sometimes I'll say, Mama, now I'm going to